And I was very fortunate. When I was 27, I was in a martial arts tournament. And for some reason, this tournament was worried about, back in that day, it wasn't performance enhancement drugs. It was more worried about overloads of testosterone. People would inject tons of testosterone and they rage, you know. So they tested my blood at that tournament. And I'll never forget, because I was clueless at that point of what this was all about. And the guy said, wow, you've got 1185 testosterone.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, is that bad? He goes, no, it's great.
Yeah.
And I said, well, good, but I'm not doing anything. He said, oh, no. We're looking for like the 2000s, the 2500s.
Yeah, the jacked up guys.
Those guys. And I said, oh, okay. Thank God that happened, literally, because then I had a baseline at 27 years old, because at 40, 305.
Right.
My testosterone dropped from 1185 to 305.
So that's a part of it.
That's part of it.
Okay.
Actually, the science behind it. Your hormones.
But you're a scientist. I mean, you went on like, I'm solving this problem.
I did. I said, I am.
Talk about the 12 years of that.
Now, understand that the goal was not to go get an education to figure this out.
Right.
The goal was to figure it out.
Right.
And in the process, I got educated.
Right.
You know, it wasn't that I was formally educated. So the story there is like, hey, you can do what you want to do. It's amazing what survival and desperation will do to a man.
Oh yeah.
I was a very sexual, very affectionate guy, and all of a sudden, I'm afraid to.
Got nothing.
So I was desperate, and I hit the labs, and I hit the books, and I studied everything I could. The first thing I studied was hormones. That's how the journey began.
Sure. That's where a lot of guys start.
And I realized that, gosh, a woman's testosterone level should be 125 to 200 in that ballpark, and I'm at 305. So, you know, after a while, I figured I better hike up my skirt and figure this out. I was no longer a man. So I did, got my hormones right. And here's something you got to pay attention to. Most doctors out there today do not understand hormone replacement therapy. They're chasing a number, or the medical books for age 40 is 300 to 600 is normal. That's horrible. It's horrible. At our office, we don't use the word normal. We say optimal.
I like that.
We want your hormones to be optimal. What's optimal? It's different for everybody. What we have found is that when your hormone levels drop to a certain unique level that's unique to every individual, that actually activates the aging process in your body.
Right.
Think of your body like an electrical panel at home. When your hormones hit a certain level, it opens the door to that panel and starts turning breakers off in your body until the last one's turned off and we expire.
Right.
Well, the first one that gets turned off is collagen production. You say, well, why is that important? Well, guess what? The internal tissue of a penis and a vagina is fully loaded with collagen. That's what holds the integrity of the tissue together.
All right.
Well, when that collagen deteriorates and breaks down, it can't absorb anymore. It's not absorbing the blood. So it's like an old kitchen sponge that you've used for a year doesn't absorb anymore. You throw it out.
Yeah.
So what happens? That's called the venous leak. So I can get the erection, but not sustain the erection. And that's the first symptom of erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction is many things. Could be just a bad day at work.
Right. Yeah, there's emotional components.
There's a lot of emotional components.
But but that's a one night thing. That's not like a consistent thing. Right.
Yeah. When you consistently have trouble maintaining the erection, it's a physical issue that collagen has already started its degenerative process and is breaking down.
Okay.
The next thing that happens is the veins, the vascular system that feeds that, they begin to get atrophic and begin to shrink and send less blood in.
Well, my research, it shows that the two smallest veins in your body are your eyes and your penis.
That is absolutely correct.